Here we go, time for your stock blitz, and everybody knows this meme rally is just starting out. The last time we had it started was because of Mr. Keith Gill, Roaring Kitty. Everybody knows about it, and it was an absolute banger that every single person out there was like, what is going on with GameStop? What is going on with AMC? Should I be buying these? I just got a message from a buddy of mine who doesn't even invest, and he's like, should I be buying GameStop? It's going to do the same thing that it did before. You remember 2020 and 2021, it was the squeeze that was death to a few hedge funds, and one actually went under. He came back to X, Roaring Kitty, with a tweet that started this whole phase, and the question becomes, is it going to sustain itself, Sean? Now, one thing here I want to point out, it was not one move the last time through. It went up, it came right back into where it started, and then you had successive 2-3x rallies after that. So it's not just about will it sustain, it's about what will it look like if it does.
Yeah, the thing about it is right now, we're still waiting for some more catalysts. I mean, so we did have Keith Gill, Roaring Kitty come out yesterday and over the weekend putting out some fun memes, but look at AMC. AMC hasn't really even started yet. We just got going from 250 to 80, and then it was 1 or 2 days, now in its third day, pulling back just a little bit. I mean, what happens when we get back down here and then the apes are like, hey, now we got support. We could find support down here on AMC. Heading into summer months, big time movies. I mean, let's see what happens. We just got Kingdom of the Apes, something like that, coming through. I think there are some motivational spots here for AMC to get going back up to the upside. We do have short floats playing a piece. Everyone now, look, people have Robinhood accounts, right? Now we're locked and loaded. Retail is ready to go right now for AMC and GME. It's just as cheap as anything to execute on these options. But the thing is, volatility is so high right now, but we are getting some moves back in today. If we check out GME today, hey, if you think, oh man, I missed the move up all the way up to 50 or 60, well, guess what? Discount time right now, it's down into $33. I mean, if you're not willing to take a shot down here, I mean, we just mooned to $80 in the pre-market. Now you're back into $33, $32. And as you can see, at some point, there is going to be some buyback happening here on AMC and GME. Nice flush down. Hey, look, the big guys can win for a minute. But at the end of the day, there still is more movement to come here on the upside for GME. There's many other names, BlackBerry, AMC, we already talked about, GameStop going. You could have little names like Palantir start to go back up to the upside. We've seen Tesla move. There's so many names, Sound, SPWR the other day, Edible Garden. It just keeps on going. There's many trading opportunities here in the meme stocks. You can find it all at TraderTV.Live every single day.
That's the thing, the breadth of the potential moves is still there. There's a few different names. I know everyone remembers things like Cost would go as well. You had BlackBerry. Those are a little bit weaker, but let's keep in mind, you've got Carvana with a huge short float. That's a bit of a new name that's already run. Novavax very recently, they're a gigantic short float that has squeeze potential. They had fundamental news to go along with it. So it's a group of stocks that's just led by these big bad boys. And I think you want to remember that the attention needs to be on the first two. At the end of the day, the volume right now is a fraction of what we saw in 2020 and 2021. Some of that, I think, has people concerned a little bit, but as Sean mentioned, if you look at the dip, when this happened last time, the key was, well, the people that got in early were never out of the money. And if it does hold on to these dip levels, and we said this in the morning show, like the 25 to 30 level, well, if you got in last week when it started going 16, 17, those people aren't out of the money. If you got in on the first ramp move on the dip, that was 25 into 30, and you're still in the money even with that pullback. The concern is always when you buy those tops. At the end of the day, buying those dip moves is a little bit different from getting caught at that top, whether it's GameStop, whether it's AMC. If you buy it on the way back in where people were still in the money, you're a little bit safer. Dangerous sometimes to trade, but you got to remember, when those hedge funds were losing billions and billions of dollars, retail traders were winning. That didn't last forever, but it lasted a very, very long time. You just have to be careful about the way that you are going to play it. I always say it's better to buy, it's easier to buy dips if you can find yourself a good arena than it is to try to take out tops. That's the dangerous part of the game. It's good for a momentum trader, for day traders like us, but in the longer term, if you're swing trading or whatnot, find yourself an entry that you're comfortable with if you are even trying to take a shot at this, and make sure you pay yourself out.
Look, I've already traded thousands and thousands of shares of AMC here today. So, I mean, if you're looking to trade shares, looking for GameStop, looking for AMC, yesterday, those were my number 1 and 2 stocks, P&L wise. Today, we're right back in that game one more time. Thousands of shares traded on AMC and many different ideas. But look at this. There's the short float right there. 24% short on GameStop. All right. What about AMC? Here's AMC as well. 21%. We have a cool little animation here on the show, and there it goes. Let's see if we can put those diamonds in our pocket here today, possibly take advantage of that move in AMC and GME, both down today, down 30% here for GameStop, and down, let me double check, something equivalent, 25% here for AMC, as we've had a nice pullback, but definite support down here near $5. Make sure that you do join us live every single day at 8:30 as we go over the names. Watch list.TraderTV.Live. Follow us all on socials. It's meme craziness around here, and it's Trader TV Live.